All right, so here we are on number 5. This should be the give me problem on your test. Solve using technology. It could have two answers, it could have one, it could have none. I don't know. But the gist of this is pretty simple. What we're going to do is and by the way, you definitely should show this. Y1 is going to be 5x to the second minus 14x. Y2 is going to be 2 times x minus 2 to the 2/3 plus 2. It's not a hard thing to do. But, there's a lot of y'all that just will not get a crafting calculator. So you can't do it at home. You have to own a class. You have to own the content being given to you. You can't just say, forget it. I'm really worried about you guys. Oh, this looked like it was going to be an exponential, but it's not. This is just a line. This is actually, if you're looking at this thing and thinking she's an exponential, she's not. That is not an exponential. It's not. I don't know if it's typo or what, but whatever. It is what it is. Zoom 6. Here's the quadratic, and we should see a line come through here pretty soon. There she is. Oh, she's got some curvature. The 2/3 power, when it's negative, it's over there. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's kind of a funky looking thing, but she's got two answers. Second trace, 5 for intersect. Get close. Press enter once, twice, thrice. Let me raise this up where you can see it. 0.3514. X is about 0.3514. All right, there's another one. There's always another one. There's always more. Second trace, 5. Get close. You have to push the button a couple times. Might be quicker to hit the up arrow and get on the red curvature. There she is. Enter, enter, enter. 0.30666. Ah, there's that number. That's how hard that is. Easy question. And here's probably going to be a true statistic, sadly. This is a sad true statistic. 1/2 of all juniors will likely miss this on Friday's test. And there's nothing I can do about it. That was how hard it was. Nothing I can do about it. All right, find the inverse of y equals ln x minus 3 plus 7. Your instructions are here too. Like, you shouldn't miss this. You will, but you shouldn't. It says swap x and y, resolve for y by converting into exponential form. So x is ln, which I'm going to rewrite as log base e of y minus 3, add 7. And again, before I can convert, I have to isolate the log. So I take away 7 from both sides. Now identify my pieces. I know log is bay, right? This is actually the e stuff over here. EBA. But my base is the number e. My argument is y minus 3. And my exponent's going to have to be x minus 7. So e rooftop to the x minus 7 is going to equal y minus 3. Now I'm going to add 3 to both sides. The addition property of equality. E rooftop to the x minus 7 plus 3 is y. Correct notation is up next. E to the x minus 7 plus 3 is going to be the inverse of f of x. Ta-da! 7, you invest $500 into a savings account that pays 8.9% interest compounded continuously. How much money will you have in your account after 20 years? I said I would put a question this easy on your test when I did this instruction, and I did, and it's going to be missed ridiculously. I mean, man, it's going to be missed ridiculously. The amount in 20 years is going to be equal to 500 times E rooftopped to the 0.089, and 20 years have passed. I know y'all probably don't believe me, but like I have made this test so easy. It makes me angry. How much I dumbed it down. Here we go. Push buttons. I believe that was 500. E to the 0.089 times 20. $2,964.93. I mean, well, of course, there's going to be another logarithm test, but this one was made way too easy. Trying to get y'all to pass. Trying. All right, what rate of interest is required to double an investment in 4 years if the interest is compounded continuously? Give your answer as a percentage round to the nearest hundredth. And what you have to do is you have to make up an amount to invest. Because we're going to make up an amount to invest, and we call that our principal. So I am going to let our principal be 1. It talks about doubling. If I double, the amount after time is 2. So 2 equals 1e rooftopped to some r, and I don't know what r is, but I know that 4 years pass. See if you can make sense of this. Double, 1 becomes 2, 4 years, 4. There's a formula. And there's lots of ways of doing this one. The easiest thing you can probably do here, you could convert to a log, or you could ln both sides. You just pick your poison. I'm going to ln both sides. Because I want to push something down your throats right now. The R4 gets moved out front. I'm going to rewrite that as 4R. There's an understood multiplication here besides ln e. And again, you were asked to memorize that ln e asks what power of e creates e. And that answer is 1. So natural log of e is 1. So I showed every stinking step there. Figure out the rate, I divide by 4. natural log of 2, sitting pretty over 4. And I want that to the nearest, a percentage to the nearest hundredth. See where it says percentage to the nearest hundredth? That is a decimal to the 10,000th, because I have to move it 2 places. I had ln2 sitting pretty over 4. I got the decimal point 1733. Which is going to be 17.33%, which makes sense because the thing is doubling in 4 years. It's got to be a very high rate of interest. 17.33% annually. So it's got to be up there. That was the teacher bell saying I'm free to go. But I think I'll do 9. It says completely expand the following logarithm. And it says, P.S. After breaking apart, see if a log can be evaluated. You guys were taught this. If an argument is in the numerator, the expansion is positive. If in the denominator, the expansion is negative. So let's do this. We have log subscript 4. This first one's special. It is. I'm just going to go ahead and put this in italics right now because it's special. Plus log subscript 4 of x plus log subscript 4 of y to the second. I like to put those exponents outside. Then I'm starting to encounter some of these. Minus log base 4 of 3. And minus log base 4 of z to the 5th. Now, I know that this one is special, all right? Let me switch over to pencil. I know it is. Log 4 of 2 says what power of 4 equals 2? And the answer to that is a half. I know that the square root of 4 is 2. So this is 1/2 because the square root function is 1/2. That's a half. Now, you might be a little curious about this guy. There is absolutely nothing special about it. It says what power of 4 is 3? And a decimal would be uglier than a logarithm. It would be. So let's finish this thing. That's a half. 2 out front. That one's going to stay the same. 5 out front. There you go. That was an expansion. Up next is a condensation. This one doesn't have anything special in it. No reason to think anything otherwise about it, but it is a condensing situation. It is. And we're going to take all of these, and one of the first things we'll do first is we'll take this 3 and put it there. It's opposite of what we did up here. And same rules apply. I had some text here. Look at that text. I don't know if you wrote it down or not. I have no idea. It's in your notes somewhere. It's all going to be an ln. There's going to be a 2x up top because this one is positive. There's going to be an x squared up top because that one is positive. There's going to be a y cubed down low because that one is negative. And there's going to be a z plus 2 down low because that one is negative. This should be cleaned up. It should be. Natural log 3, sorry, not 3. Like one of those, I'm not going to say it. 2x cubed, y cubed, z plus 2. And I don't think I missed anything. Close off the master set. Done. I'm probably going to stop here because I'm ready to go home. Nah, I'll do 12 and 13. They're pretty easy. Man, I made this thing easy. It is so easy. Oh, it's so easy. God, it's so easy. We'll see how the scores go. I'm going to put that understood 10 right there. I'm going to put it right there. That is my base. That is my argument. And that has to be my exponent. So 10 squared has to be equal to x minus 5. That's 10 squared. 100 has to be equal to x minus 5. I shift over, and x has to be 105. Not hard. It's not. It's not. If I knew nothing, I could literally also, because this is just a log, it's not hard to type in a calculator. Log x minus 5, close parentheses, put a 2 in there, zoom 6. Now, I don't know what you're going to see on this thing, but you're probably going to have to look somewhere over the right, go to window. I actually know what the x value is already, but you might have to just guess a number here. Let's just say 150. It's big enough, right? Hit graph. Then second trace 5. Press that enter key 3 times, and it's probably going to say 105, and it did. All right. Solve the next one. And what we're going to do is we're going to isolate the base. So we're going to add 3 to both sides. 4e to the negative, I'm going to rewrite this as a fraction. 1/2 x is 16. Divide out by 4. E to the negative 1/2 x is 4. And here's my base. There's my exponent. And that has to be my answer. And again, log is bay. So I just plug in. I have a log base e. Her argument is 4. She equals negative 1/2 x. You can keep the decimal if you like. That becomes ln. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1/2. Now I will probably do something like +1 if exact. And let's say pretty form. This right here becomes -2 ln 4. Because you flip the fraction, change to multiplication. Now, if you don't understand that, like I said, it's a +1. They're going to be the same answer. Let's see, we had the natural log of 4 divided by whatever you like. I wrote negative 1/2. Pay attention to how I type. Is that. The other one that I have is -2 ln 4. I know it's hard for some of y'all to comprehend, but those are the same exact value. They are. It's just a prettier way of writing it. And I will probably offer extra credit for pretty form. I will, because I like the pretty form, because it's pretty. And it's 3:10 more or less, and I'm ready to go home.